Hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. I have been working on Solo Studio, which is my freelance project management tool, primarily for freelancers, small business owners, indie hackers, that kind of thing. Basically, a small set of tools that help people do their work. So it's got a Kanban board in there, it's got time tracking, invoicing, a small CRM, like a lightweight CRM in there, so I've been giving people access to start testing it because I'm now at a point where I've built out quite a lot and not had anyone test it other than myself. And it all broke pretty much. It's a very humbling experience. It's the classic thing of tested it loads on local, tested it in production myself, and then as soon as I give access to people, everything just goes, it kind of just goes wrong. I was having some issues where people couldn't even get into the application. There was some security flaws that were in there. Some people went in, tried to just add a project, wasn't working, there was database errors. And all of these things I hadn't encountered. Part of it is I'm trying to focus on building out all of these things and probably overlooked some of the really core features and just overall user experience. But this is why we test things, because we're going to get unknown errors and things that just go a bit awry. And yeah, I feel a bit rubbish about it, to be honest. When you work on something so much and then it's like, oh God, I've really messed that up, but I haven't. I mean, it's all part of the process. I feel a little bit dejected and a bit down about it, but they're the moments where you've just got to go fix the stuff. I mean, I've already fixed the majority of the problems and pushed it out, which is good. But when you spend a lot of time doing something and it doesn't work, it can be a bit like banging your head against the wall. But we're feeling good. I've fixed a lot of the errors. I did do some refactoring. I've been using the Claude code research preview we spoke about last video, I think, and had to refactor quite a lot because it generated 2,000 lines of code for one component, and that's not good for anyone. A lot of areas that could be reused as well rather than being repeated on every page. So yeah, a lot of work to do, and it's not an easy thing, but I do enjoy doing it. So yeah, I'm gonna get back into that and do some more coding, and I'll probably film this over a couple of days, and then do a little bit of an update, see where we're at. From doing some super fun food shopping, which is great. But yeah, I filmed the start of this. Video a couple of days back. I just launched. Well, I've not even launched it, but got some people into Solo Studio, the app, and I'd really stupidly overlooked some of the database settings, and it wasn't that they were completely wrong, it just wasn't very optimal. No, actually they were completely wrong in some cases because it just stopped primary actions being made, which obviously isn't ideal. But I've had a couple of days, I wallowed in it a little bit, got a bit annoyed at myself, but now I'm back to it. I took a little bit of downtime because I've been going kind of like 100% for a couple of weeks. Well, since the start of this year, really. And with day-to-day work, with everything else, it's a lot. And you got to know when to take breaks. So that's what I did. I've kind of just been refining features that I have. I'm not adding anything else now. I just want to make sure that it's smooth and it works as is. And then I'm going to get into having some more user interviews. I want to get talking to people and walking them through the application, especially freelancers, because I need to figure out what people would use and what they wouldn't use and what they'd like to see. I have kind of mapped out a bit of a roadmap, funnily enough, how I'm going to kind of enrich the experience a bit. And I don't want to just lob AI into it. However, I think having an assistant of sorts would be beneficial, mainly to help refine the data within the application. For example, at the moment we've got invoicing, time tracking, projects, and project management, and being able to ask questions to a chatbot or an agent to help summarize data and maybe actionable next steps could be quite cool. That's way down the line though. I want to get these features working and get some people onboarded into it and using it again. So if you're interested, let me know and we can sort that out. We'll get you into the app and try it out. Even if you're not a freelancer or just want to try it out or give some feedback, I'd really appreciate that. That'd be great. But for now, I'm gonna get back to some work that I've been doing day to day, and then I'm gonna probably work on some of the apps. So I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, how's it going? So I've taken like a week or so off filming and kind of just catching up with this because it has been hectic. But I thought I would just do a quick overview of the Solo Studio application, and this is what's currently in production. I've got a couple of people in testing it, but nothing too crazy. I'm going to start ramping that up and do some user interviews and some other things to try and get this more validated, get it in people's hands, figure it out what needs to be removed, added, changed, switched up, what works, what doesn't work. I have got over my little marred when things weren't working. And yeah, I'm just going to run through it. So this is what we will see when we land and first sign in. We've obviously got light and dark mode. I'm not entirely happy with the dark mode. It weirdly feels too dark currently, but whatever. So this is what you'll see. You'll see the outstanding tasks and current revenue. Down the line, I will make these editable so people can choose what they want to see. It doesn't have to be these, but I thought this gives you a nice overview of what's going on. So we can just run into current projects, and this is all of our current projects, and we can see the status of those as well. I wanted to have this tab here for the first page just so you can get straight into the kind of active things and things that are going on. You've got your clients in there, and you can filter them by status and see all of you can change the status of them and things like that. And also accounting, so we can see our invoice totals and pending invoices. Again, I didn't want to do too much on the invoice side of things because I'm just going to integrate it with Zapier, and QuickBooks and some other things. I do have this integration section that just gets people to fill out what they would want to integrate with, so I can be a bit more direct with it. But yeah, once we're in here, we can go to all projects. Again, this just is similar to the current projects as well on the homepage. We can create a new project in here. We also have time tracking. So this is one of the main features that I really wanted to get right. And it's been quite a difficult one, but what we can do is we can just start a time tracker, and this will just continue going if you leave the page or whatever. You can pause it, you can stop and save, and this is when you attribute it to a project and then a task. So we can just say, let's just say wireframing.
create task, and then we save that, and it is saved to the coffee project there. Or if you know exactly what project you're going to be working in, you can do that ahead of time. I like just the initial start tracking, so it's not a bit of a faff when you go through and do it. Don't have the export set up yet, but we can come to invoices here, and you can just see an overview of your invoices. Again, you can set the draft sent, paid, or overdue, and this will direct the that will update the analytics. So we can edit in here. We can edit the actual invoices as well if we want. We can change the currencies and things. This is just so if there's any things for bookkeeping that you need to do, you can update. UI bug, brilliant. Obviously all your taxes. You can select a project to add in time tracking now as well. So we can add in, say, that wireframing task that I just added. Obviously we don't have a duration, but you can then pull in and set an hourly rate for those invoices and line items, which is really handy. And one thing that I really wanted to get in, because I use invoicing software and Harvest time tracking separately, and then when I do my invoices I have to reference that. It's not difficult, but just having those tasks in there that I can track the time and get exact amounts straight into the invoice without having to manually do it, it's just it's a nice thing to have. Okay, so we can we can download the invoice, and it will just open it up here, and we can see it has created the invoice for us, and it pulls in our business information. And then also we can just create a new invoice which opens that shelf. We can add a client and do all of that jazz as well, which is cool. We also need to basically replicate the invoices page for estimates. So it's going to be the same kind of thing, but you can send the client an estimate and also turn that directly into an invoice, which is cool. And we'll also have a section for products and services. This is currently the CRM. When I say CRM, it's super lightweight. We can create new tags to organize clients by tags, clients by status. So we'll also have if they're active, previous, or if you're no longer working with them. You can add some notes in there. See, we've got churned and things like that as well. And then we've got their info, which is just obviously client info. So you can pull that into invoices or just have it for your own database, for your own details and things like that. We also have the list of projects here that will just filter out. I haven't actually set up this command box yet, but again, just to speed things up, be nice and quick. I have added a new profile so you can set your picture, name and address, and that's what we've got so far. Lots to do, but I'm just trying to tidy things up now rather than add new features, because we are going to end up with a feature nightmare, and I'm going to end up spending more time in this than I want to before actually, doing anything with it. So yeah, I thought I'd do a quick update of that, and also just say that I'm going to be putting some more videos out. I'm going to try and get back to doing it weekly, but to be honest, I'm just going to film whatever. It'll still be about coding and everything that I'm up to, but I kind of find it difficult to keep doing updates with this, purely because I'm not getting too much time to do it around the day job and a few other things. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Again, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. If it sucks, let me know. Like it, dislike it. All feedback's appreciated. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to keep up, subscribe, please. That'd be great. And yeah, have a good one.